And now we come to the most magical part, the editing. First of all, we run After Effects, wait for it to load. When the After Effects are loaded, we go to our folder where we save the footage. I have filmed this footage with my friends recently, just as an example. We drag it into After Effects. It imports, everything's fine. Then we make a new composition, which should be with 1920 on 1080, 30 FPS, and the duration, let's make it 10 seconds. Let's call it tutorial scene. Once the new composition is created, then we just simply drag and drop our footage into the comp. It appears. As you can see, it's 4:3, so it's not full screen. So we grab the corner, hold shift, and we scale it up until it's full screen. Perfect. Now we just drag it, scroll it until we find the part where it needs to start. These guys were screwing around quite a lot. Okay, this is where it starts. The guys are running. To do a RAM render, you press num0. Let's see how it looks. Oh my god, the crouching. Well, it doesn't matter. It will serve great for the tutorial purposes. Let's see it in real time. Yep, they're running. They're shooting. Okay, perfect. What we need to do now is I would love to do a ramp slow-mo effect for the shot, which will make the beginning part faster, and then it will go into slow motion when they start to fire. So to do that, we just right click on the footage, enable time remapping. Once we get the time remapping, we need keyframes, so set the keyframe at start, then go towards the part you need to go slow-mo. For instance, here, let's try it, and the part where the slow-mo must end, somewhere here, and then select these two new keyframes, move them closer, which will decrease this timeline, which will make it fast, and select the last keyframe and move it further away, which will do it slow-mo. Let's see what's happening. Running, slow-mo. Let's see that in real time. Okay, the running is way too slow. Let's do it a little bit like this. It just looks stupid. But it will serve our purpose just for now. Yep, okay. So, in order to do the ramp slow-mo effect, we need to go into graphs, this button right here, graph editor, time remap. Make sure it's set, where is it? Choose show, yes. Wait, what? Edit speed graph. Okay, edit speed graph. Zoom in on it. Maybe fit it, yes. And then let's take this keyframe, drag it up. Whoa. Take this keyframe, drag it up while holding shift. And it will do the ramping effect, which will ramp the slow-mo. Oh, Okay, the ramping effect is so big that the slow-mo gets ruined. Yeah, it goes backwards for a second. Wow, that's some cool stuff you have there. Way to go, Lordas. Way to go. Okay, yep, move it down here. Move that down here, and let's see how it looks. Do they move backwards? No, they don't. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Um, that's the RAM slow-mo. To complete the RAM slow-mo, toggle switches until you see these little thingies. Um, be sure to do the pixel blending, which is aligned like this, below the movie clip thingy, and enable the frame smoothing. Now your video will be smooth. Okay, what I did now was just close the graph editor and RAM rendered the scene. It looks pretty, well, awesome, because if you would see, there's a distortion effect when he fires. This is an accident. This happened because there isn't enough frames for it to go slow-mo, so it draws the frames in between and it messes up. So actually this was a lucky mistake. It looks pretty cool, so let's keep it. Other than that, now it's time to add the filters. To add the filters, you go to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer. Let's call this Color Correction. I don't know how it's spelled. Let's hope it's right. Color Correction and Effect. Make sure Color Correction is selected. Effect, Color Correction, Curves. Curves are awesome. Let's, yeah, full resolution. Let's do it a better shot like here. Let's maybe when he fires. No, he doesn't. That's not him firing. Okay, never mind. Color correction. So this is the contrast. Typically, if you move the line up, it will be bright. If you move the line down, it will be dark. What I like to do is do a little curve, which means click here, boost the light thing up, and then do a little curve down here, darken the dark. So it boosts the light shades and darkens the dark shades, which is the most simplest effect. Since we're on Fallujah in this uh, example, I will decrease the red. No, maybe increase the red, decrease the blue. Yeah, it's gonna be Fallujah-ish, like yellower. Okay, curves are done. When the curves are done, the second effect I usually use is vibrance, which is down here. Oh, color correction, vibrance. Vibrance takes a bit of processing power. I don't know why, but usually my settings are vibrance 50, saturation -40 or something. This makes it desaturated. It's a movie kind of look, which is quite good in our case because we're doing a machinima. Usually what I do next is add a sharpen effect. Stylize, no wait, blur and sharpen, and maybe 5 pixels. Maybe that's not too much. 10 pixels? Maybe 8 pixels. Yeah, that's pretty good. It makes a crisp and good video. Sharpen effect. And the last thing I will do is add the revision real smart motion blur. Let's do a new layer, new adjustment layer. Let's call this one, come on, call this one real smart motion blur, RSMB. Effect, revision plugins. I will show you where to download this, well, where to buy this plugin. But it adds motion blur. It adds motion blur automatically. Default settings are really good. It looks really good. Once the motion blur is added, that's almost everything. The last thing we need to achieve the Lordas style of movies, we need vignette, which is a new solid. Make comp size. Let's make it a completely black solid. Let's call it vignette, if it's spelled like that. I'm sorry if it's not. Go to ellipse tool right here and double click it. Once you double click it, you will see this, and the mask will pop out. With the mask, from add switch to subtract. Okay, let's disable the smart motion blur for now, and the color grading. No, well, color grading can stay. And then under the mask, the feather amount. We increase the feather amount by a lot, and maybe expansion. Do the minus expansion. For instance, 96 pixels. Yeah, that's pretty good. And the last part, toggle switches again. Vignette is overlay. And that's done. That is the part of After Effects. Once this is done, I usually render out the video. For now, I will switch the tutorial scene from 10 seconds to maybe 6 seconds. It will take a lot of time. And go to composition. Make sure the tutorial scene is selected. Composition, add render queue. Once this is open, the settings, render settings, best settings is good on default. Output settings, let's switch that to H.264. Format options, everything is good. Target bitrate, make sure it's around 10 and maximum bitrate around 15. That makes it a good quality. This is good. Okay. Tutorial scene, let's find where to save it. Let's save it to DxStory, tutorial scene, and save, and just press render. Okay, our scene has finished rendering. That took 4 minutes and 27 seconds. Oh my god, that's so long. We have it right here. Let's review it. How does it look? Ooh, stupid, but yeah, will be good enough for the tutorial purposes. Let's move on to Premiere. Minimize this, close After Effects. No, I will not save because it wasn't that much of work, to be honest. Let's load up Premiere. Once Premiere loads, you get a window which asks you for a new project, open project, or help. This thing will be a new project. Frames, audio samples, HDV. Let's call the name of the project tutorial. And press OK. There are presets that I've made. You can make your own preset under the settings. Set everything like this and save preset. For now, I will be using my Full HD preset. Just copy the things you see on my preset. I will wait for a few seconds. You can pause the video anyways. Okay, and click OK. Everything loads. We drag in our video that we made. It's in. Yeah, it works just like expected. And time to use some sound effects. For sound effects, I will be using the motion pulse from Video Copilot. Video Copilot is an extremely good site for everything, starting from add-ons, plugins, video tutorials. They have a lot of video tutorials for After Effects, like how to make solar atmospheres and stuff like that. And yes, I recently purchased the product Shockwave, which I will be using in this tutorial. So I've imported 2 of the sounds. Let's listen to them. Yeah, just a bass drop and subsonic. something. Let's just add them onto audio layers and let's see how it looks. Okay, the bass drop could be a little bit later. No, not that much later. No, actually no, it needs to be at the start. And that is probably it for the sound effects. The last thing I will do with this tutorial, which is, I'm sorry, it's quite basic. I will trim the scene a little bit down so it fits the sound a little bit more. Yep, that's good. And I will do some video transitions, dissolve, dip to white, and drag it onto the footage. Let's see how it looks. No, it's a little bit shorter. No, a little bit more shorter. No, god damn it. Let's try it. Super short. Nice, sort of. Dip to black for the end, which didn't drag out. Yep, dip to black for it to fade out. Yep, that's pretty good. What else? Let's do a logo. Title, new title, default still. Title 1, that's good. Let's use this and let's type in PR machinima tutorial. Let's use the font we need to use, PRMT, and let's instead put it in the middle and just drag it in. Okay, let's maybe cross dissolve it. Cross dissolve. How does that look? Yeah, PRMT. Yeah. You know what? I was looking at it, I thought about it, and we will do one more thing. I think. Yes, we will. Let's move the title out a bit. Let's do a little bit more slow motion, so it seems like. Let's use the razor tool, which is made to cut. Let's cut the clip in two. And this clip, we will go to speed and duration and set the speed to 50%. 50% will make it look like weird and stuff. It's good. Move the title back in, cross dissolve it again. Yeah, PRMT. Awesome. And for the ending, dip to black. To black a little bit shorter and PRMT. Good. Perfect. Now we need to render. Usually Premiere does it automatically, but make sure you have all your clips selected with this gray line. This is your workspace. This is the only thing that will be rendered. Let's go to File, Export, Media. Select the format to H.264. Let's preset. Let's find the preset for YouTube. Where is it? Let's take this one, HD 1080p 97 whatever, and let's change it to 30 fps. And for the sequence, let's call it tutorial and save. Use maximum render quality and export. So yeah, this is it. This is the end of the series. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. It was quite fun making it. It was a huge step for my self-confidence, but I'm quite proud of myself. And well, I am eager to see what you guys come up with, this knowledge. I will be continuing this series. I will overview more difficult topics about motion tracking, implementing 3D graphics into your videos and stuff like that. But I will do it at my own pace. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to write a comment or a forum post. And see you in another life.